Hello, guys.
Howdy, howdy. If we don't look exactly at your eyes, it's because the light.
I'm the tell. God, the last time I spoke to you guys was for Talk to Me, obviously, and just how has everything been the last couple of years? It must have been a bit of a whirlwind for you guys since the amazing success of that movie, right?
Well, yeah, there was a bit of an anxiety going into the next one because I could feel a bit of pressure mounting up, and then so. The idea was to just get on the train and let it take away from the station and just, otherwise I would have been too afraid and wouldn't have boarded it. I would have just stayed at the stop and not got on. So I was just like, let's sign on to the next one and make sure we're doing something. Otherwise I'll be paralyzed by fear. But that whirlwind, I don't think it's kind of stopped yet since Talk to Me came out. It's been non-stop since then. Well, because we just jumped into production. Yeah, we just jumped straight in. We're like, let's go! So yeah, we haven't really... Yeah. I think end of this year we'll have a bit of a break.
I don't know about that.
Probably not. I'm trying to,
Because where does Talk to Me feature into all of this? Like, is that in pre-production at the moment?
No. So we've got 2 versions of the script that we've written that are focusing on 2 different sets of characters, 2 different places. And I sort of want to do another film before that one. Like, I want to come at it with a really fresh perspective and stuff. So once we finish maybe another film, I mean, if this one's not a pile of shit, then hopefully do another film, and then I want to do Talk to Me too. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about this film, which I absolutely loved. Blew me away. Tell me a little bit about the seed of the idea for this. Where did this story come from for you guys?
Yeah, it was our friend's little sister is non-sighted, and she was having a bit of a dilemma with her family because she was wanting to catch the bus on her own, and her family were being a bit like, oh my God, we don't know if you can do that and stuff. And she was just sort of trying to express to them that she has to learn to navigate the world on her own and she has to learn how to be independent. And I just found that dynamic or that situation very interesting. And so I started talking a little bit about her experiences growing up and everything. And that was sort of the first seed, I think, for bringing it back.
Wow. And so did you guys always know that you wanted to kind of stick in the horror genre and tell a story like this, but in the context of horror?
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with the horror genre. It's my favorite genre. So I still don't feel like I'm ready to step out of it. Like I live and breathe it. I'm so excited to keep making stuff in it. It felt very natural.
Love that. Tell me a little bit about, for the Talk to Me fans out there, what are the kind of similarities maybe? What are the differences with this movie?
There's a deliberate different energy to this movie. It's a less party vibe. Yeah. But it was a choice that we wanted to see if we could pull off something that's like a snowball. That's more of a character study. Yeah, that's spiraling out of control and not hit it at 100 straight away. So yeah, it builds, but it's also explodes in a bigger way, I think. But yeah, it's a different kind of energy. And they're both possession films, and they're both sort of looking at grief a little bit as well. And that was sort of where we were at mentally when we were writing them, because both films got developed at the same time. And whenever we reached a roadblock of one, we'd jump over to the other. So they both got developed concurrently. And yeah, so there's a bit of they feel like brother-sister films. Yeah. Oh my God, you said similarities and I said the difference. Sorry about that. We'll cut that out.
Such a good team. That's why it works.
We contradict each other.
And tell me a little bit about what were the challenges like in working with, predominantly young, like children, essentially, right, as the kind of protagonists of this movie.
Yeah, well, what was awesome was Jonah, who plays Oliver, both his parents are actors. So they were on set with us and helped us sort of, collaborate with him. And it was like the main thing to do is to try and make the set as fun as possible, as opposed to being like really depressing and dry, but not let that energy sort of carry over, is that to make it a bit of a fun place to be. And yeah, and Billy Barrett, he was 12 when he first acted in his first film, and he did this incredible film called Responsible Child. And Sora, who plays Piper, she was 12 being in her first film, so he was able to sort of big brother her and help mentor her in a way. And the acting coach that helped Billy with his first film came onto this set and was helping Sora as well. So it was just trying to create like a bit of a family fun environment.
I love that. And how do you deal with the particularly kind of brutal moments of horror when you're kind of directing young children in those sorts of like moments?
Yeah, it comes across really horrific, but when you're shooting that stuff, it's actually really fun. Like the most brutal scenes are the most fun to film. Yeah. And then just for example, there's a table that a character eats in this film, and that entire table was laced with chocolate. And it was really nice. So he would sit munching on it in between takes and was loving eating it. Yeah. Yeah, we cut and he's like, it's good. Take another bite. Like, wait, let the camera be rolling first, Jonah.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to, have they seen it? Have the youngest cast members seen the finished product?
I'm not sure. Yeah. I don't think so. We did ADR and stuff, and then we
So they saw some scenes of that.
Yeah, they did, but then certain scenes we blacked out and stuff. So it's up to their parents whether or not they want to watch it. I guess I don't know.
It's pretty strong stuff. Tell me a little bit about the body horror, and you had kind of moments of that in Talk to Me. You guys go hard on this particular movie, right? Like, what were your kind of thoughts in achieving those moments of kind of some of the gnarliest body horror that we get in this movie?
It was so fun because we had 2 special effects teams that were on the film, and it was fun to sort of have them, be competitive. It's like, oh, you should see what that guy's pulling off over there. Oh, did you see what she pulled off over here? You know what I mean? And then it sort of like was a bit competitive and fun in that way. And it's all about trying to practically do something that you haven't seen on screen before. It's always the challenge and the fun challenge. So yeah, there was just certain things that eyes are very sensitive, and like a thing with Talk to Me, and then this one it's sort of teeth.
Oh, teeth, yeah. Teeth. What is it about teeth? Like in the screening I was in, people could not watch that moment. People were looking away,
It's so funny, there was a different screening, and it was people's favourite scene and other people's worst scene.
Yeah, because
it was like
so
the best and the worst scene.
Yeah, because it's so horrific for them. So like a horror audience, I think, really loves that sort of stuff, whereas like a normal film goer might be a bit like, oh my God.
Do you guys think about it beforehand in like what is the kind of the most visceral kind of thing that we can put on screen in those kind of terms?
Oh, it's sort of just like tapping into what bothers me personally and stuff. And like I think about eyes and stuff, and I get a bit like, oh gosh, and then I think about the sound of metal and teeth, and like that is really off-putting as well. So it's sort of about expressing that in a way,
and then also from story's sake as well.
Yeah,
with Oliver and what's going on with him, it's what's right for that. And then I guess not shying away from what the story needs.
Yeah. It's like all the best body horror, I feel like, is expressive of thematic elements of the film. So yeah, we try to tap into that here.
And there's something really cool and refreshing and sort of non-patronising, I think, in the way that you treat your young child characters in this as well, as you did in Talk to Me. Like, is that very important to you? I suppose like. Your films never feel like they're talking down, I suppose, to young people, right?
Yeah, and it's always a cool part of the process to sort of collaborate with them and let them be as authentic as they can be on camera, and like allow them to pick their outfits, and like I have an input of that and have an input of their character, and give them the freedom where it's like, you can change this line if you want to. Like, what would feel like more comfortable for you to say?
And they view the world in such unique ways, like Sora. And then who the story was based off as well. The way that they view that world, the world is very interesting to us. So that's like putting that on camera is always fascinating.
Yeah.
Tell me about finding Sora then and casting that role of Piper.
She had never acted before. We wanted her
to portray a real vision impaired person.
We wanted to do it for real. So we reached out to all these different schools and stuff, and there was a few. It wasn't a big pool. Of like, okay, 12-year-old girls that are partially sighted that want to act. But Sora, we did a scene with her and we just did some improv. And we said, this is your character, this is what happened, and this is how we want you to react. And she just put herself in that scene, and it blew everyone away. I'm like, oh my God. And she was having doubts whether she could pull it off, but she was so amazing. That as soon as we saw that, just that audition,
we knew she could.
We knew she could do it.
Yeah, and it's about structuring the film in a way where it's the simpler scenes to begin with, and then save those heavy scenes, those really dramatic scenes towards the end. So she has the ability to like build up as an actor and grow and just sharpen her skills as the film progresses.
Yeah, the transformation from the beginning to the end with her was incredible.
Yeah, she was.
And then we did these ADR stuff, and she was like nailing everything.
Yeah, she did all of her own stunts and everything. She's awesome.
Is she going to be a little film star now?
Oh, I mean, I hope so. Whatever she wants to do, she'll achieve.
Or everything that she's interested in, she completely, she knocks it out of the park. Yeah, she's awesome.
And tell me about casting Sally Hawkins, genius casting, I think, because I think a lot of us think of her as this. She plays these kind of very sweet characters most of the time, right? A lot of goodness in her, and getting to have so much fun, right, in this role.
Yeah, well, like
she's sweet in this too.
Yeah, she's a little bit sweet. We were very excited about the idea of making like a modern day Psycho Biddy film, and to find a really powerful actor that could, pull off something that they've never done before. And so Sally was like at the very top of the list, and it was like her filmography is so incredible, and every character that she plays, she feels like she's a completely different person. And like we did not think that she would say yes, but she'd read the script and loved it, and we got into a Zoom with her. We were both a bit scared to begin with because we're scared of having to battle an ego on set maybe like you hear some stories about A-listers having like a bit of a ego, but the Zoom with her, she was so incredible and so sweet and humble and down to earth, and we felt comfortable instantly. Yeah.
I think it works really well too because there is that sweetness. And like you said, I guess there is a bit of a sweetness to that character, right? It's quite an interesting, nuanced character. Like, do you see her, Laura, as purely like a monster?
I feel like
No, not at all.
No.
And I think that's that thing that she brings a humanity to it.
Yeah.
And this is a mother that's been consumed by her loss and her sanity's gone.
Yeah.
But it's from a place that you can empathize with and you're sympathetic towards her. You know, she's gone down a dark path and she can't get out of it.
Yeah, and it's sort of, she's struggling with what she has to do. And that's like, what's so powerful about Sally is the way that she brings that to life and how collaborative she is and on set and how she gets into character. We were blown away. We loved working with her. She's the best. I could gush all day about Sally Hawkins.
She was incredible. And you mentioned the Psycho Biddy that kind of movement of films. Like, were there any particular movies that you took as inspiration?
I mean, I love to death Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. And I keep going, I think it's such an incredible film. And Bette Davis is such a powerful actor. So yeah, like Sally Hawkins was like the modern day version of that. Like say, yeah.
And because we structured it like the shoot to kind of build up like in order as much as we could. We knew those big scenes with her were coming and was so excited to see what she'd do with them.
Yeah.
And she's so good at it creates like big arguments in the edit because there's so many different ways you can play it. She has so many amazing takes.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, what's the right way? There's like, we've got to release it like 5 alternative scenes of the same thing, the same scene because she just does it different, but a little bit different, but in the same vein each time. It's incredible.
Yeah, she's insane.
Is it tricky to balance as directors that tonal kind of balance that you guys have to get because it is funny, it's brutal, it's scary, it's quite sad too, right? There's a lot that this movie's juggling.
Yeah. And it's that's why we love sort of Korean cinema and their way to jump between different genres and have it all still be in the same film. We love that, and naturally, the film is a darker film, and we had a loss of a close family friend right at the start of production, and that affected us in a way because we weren't able to put those emotions anywhere, or weren't able to really process the loss, and the film became a way of processing it, and scenes that were written to sort of be scary ended up quite sad, and like. We were very open about it with Sally, and it just became a way of expressing it. So yeah, it is a bit of a sad film.
That's where the comedy comes from.
I guess it must be like, is it kind of therapeutic then for you guys, telling these sorts of stories, reflecting, I guess, what you guys go through in your own lives, right?
Yeah, I think that's the best art is when you try to be as personal as possible and draw from real life experiences and real life people that you know. And it's like a fun way to explore those dark themes and those dark parts of life.
Tell me a little bit about the character of Ollie and the kind of the visuals, the makeup choices, and I guess kind of this idea of like this demonic possession. Like, how much did you think about the kind of the lore and the way this whole thing works? I guess
it's the funnest part is like developing the lore and the mythology behind your worlds and your demon and your supernatural, themes that are like we loved doing it with Talk to Me, like ironing out every spirit that the kids connected with, what all like where the hand came from, what it means. And the same as this with the tape that she's watching, she's consuming, the angel that she's summoning. Like it's all, like we've got pages and pages and pages of a mythology Bible. And it's fun to hint at it and breadcrumb it and not like put it too much like overtly, like let the audience sort of figure it out. It's the funnest part. Like I love doing the research with that.
Yeah, 3 stages of Oliver.
Yeah.
And it's the demon coming out of him. So was exciting coming up with that look.
Yeah.
And then Jonah's little trooper to go through those, because he did it practically, prosthetics and stuff.
I was going to say, was it all practical?
All practical, yeah. So yeah. And then I gave him the option where it was like, do you want to do the first half of the film and we get an older actor for the second half? Like as if your body's transformed, but he really, really wanted to do it all. And yeah, the makeup team was so incredible, and Larry and Scarecrow effects, like building those effects and like creating the belly and then custom designing these eyes as well. Like it was all like, yeah, the best part of filmmaking is pulling off those practical things.
Those really creepy sort of VHS, almost like found footagey moments as well.
Yeah.
Must have been fun because there's a lot going on there in those little glimpses that we get as an audience.
Yeah, and
you should see the full thing.
Yeah, it's and yeah, it's so wicked because they always do those things with a lot of CG, and you can always tell there's a post effect put on, and that's what I love about this is like shoot it actually on these old VHS cameras, edit it, and like I had my VFX guy, Jack Troisy, and he would practically go through and like give me 10 different versions of each shot with different amounts of static so I could like custom design where I want the static to come, how I want that to lead into the next scene. And yeah, I love the VHS aesthetic.
Incredible. So what's next for you guys? You mentioned Talk to Me. The Talk to Me sequel might be coming at some point. Have you got other projects lined up sort of beyond that?
Yeah, we're doing a documentary now that the second half this year we'll be focusing on deathmatch wrestling, which is like an extreme form of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
That's been a crazy ride in itself. And then I think there's
and still writing another horror film
Nice.
as well. So it's like we've got those two drafts, two versions of Talk to Me 2, but there's still something else that I'm excited about trying to pull off and execute, you know. So yeah, it's like the documentary and then some more horror films. Yeah.
Incredible. How different are your lives now compared to 3 years ago? Like, you know, is everything kind of changed for you now at this point?
It never felt like you even made Talk to Me, especially when you jump into the next movie.
Yeah, people were on set like expecting that we knew what we were doing. And we didn't.
Yeah, you still feel like you're drowning. You're still overwhelmed by everything, and then you're scared about making decisions because you don't want it to be the wrong one. And so, yeah, at the film, or like our life out making films, it just felt like there was more pressure because there was a bit more of an expectation. And so that's like the anxiety now was like, did we fail? Did we make a bad film? And like, I don't want to let Sally Hawkins down. I don't want to let A24 down. And it feels like the stakes are higher. And so there's just an anxiety around that whole thing. Yeah.
And A24 obviously have got this reputation of you know, these really interesting creative movies. Like, do they? How are they at work? Like working with them, I suppose, and the freedom they give you as artists.
Oh, they're the best. Like that was a thing that a lot of people were saying to us is, oh, don't expect the creative freedom you had with Talk to Me, with studios now that you're going to. But A24 let us do whatever, like however we wanted to do it, and they've just been supportive the whole way.
Yeah.
So they're
and there is a creative sounding board when we want it, and which we can ask, like, hey, what do you think of this, and what's your opinion on this? And they're able to give that and collaborate in that way. Like they're as hands-on as we want them to be, and as hands-off as we want them to be. They're the best partners ever. Like they're awesome.
And is it just like second nature to you guys in working as a pair now? You know, when you're on set directing or post-production or whatever. Like, I guess you have your set jobs that you guys just do, right?
Yeah, that's a shorthand.
yeah. We yell at each other.
I can't fight Michael because he's tougher than me, so he'll knock me out. But yeah, we can argue. Yeah, and that's a part of the process.
You know, but we have different parts of it that we focus on, each of us. So that it's good. I couldn't imagine being like a solo director. My hat goes off to anyone that does it, like directs by themselves, because I just couldn't imagine doing it. The workload's crazy.
So and like, there was times in Bring It Back where it just felt like I was drowning, and like the only way that we could get through it was just remembering at some point I'm going to be talking about when I was drowning as opposed to just drowning. So there was just, that's the way like we just have to get through it. It can be intense and soul crushing sometimes, and yeah, I don't know, it's an intense thing to make a film.
Absolutely. So finally, I mean, this is a movie that is kind of filled with kind of these really interesting, iconic moments, visuals. Is there any particular moment or scene for you that stands out as something you're kind of happiest with or proudest of in that film?
There's this moment with Laura and a window and blood that we were in love with, and then even the sound design of that moment and executing those sort of shots, like that sort of stuff, we're so happy with. And then portraying Piper's visual language with these close-ups of hands and touch and feeling, like I'm so happy and proud of that as well. Yeah. What about you?
I would say the cleaning. The
Michael loves the cleaning montage.
Because that scene, we only had a certain amount of time to shoot it, so it was like, you have this song to clean the house, and then Wendy's gonna rock up. Yeah. And Sally was just like, and we'll just like roaming with the camera, filming it.
Like, follow, like, keep up. I have to clean this entire house. She's like, I'm gonna do it. Action. She was like a bat out of hell, like running in and doing everything. Yeah, and then we have to call cut. We're like, cut. Sally's like, no, I'm not done yet. We're like, cut, Sally.
She's like, no. And she's vacuuming. It's not even plugged in.
Yeah.
And you said this one has a bit less of a party vibe, but there is one excellent party scene in this movie, right, as well. And again, I love that it kind of went there with showing young people drinking without necessarily there being horrific consequences to it as well. It's just like three people having fun, basically.
Yeah, but there's a dark undertone. She's like, she's their foster mum. What the hell is she doing?
Yeah. And so it's different. It was like how the kids are perceiving it. And I think different audiences will perceive it in different ways.
Yeah.
But there's that sinister, there's an undertone there that's not right.
Yeah.
But they are having fun and, you know.
Yeah, it's a little bit, it's messed up in its own way. And then, that's cool that there's two like sort of messed up montages in our films. And then also that original cut of that, it literally went for 40 minutes. Because it was so funny. Like Sally just being a character with Sora and Billy, and they were just like in this zone, and the footage is hilarious. Yeah.
God, amazing. Well, guys, I love the film. Thank you so much for your time.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you. So good to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.